and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, which is a series of improvisational games. So I'm just improvising a mistake there to make it all seem genuine. Improvisational games to be acted out by some of the wittiest and cleverest people in the land, or in the case of this show, by the usual collection of deadbeat entertainers, stand-up comics and friends of the producer. Now, our first competitor on tonight is the American actor and comedian Archie Hahn, who is, I've just been told, very big on the West Coast, which should please our Cornish viewers. And then we have Rory Bremner, well known, of course, for his having the skills of a great impressionist, the looks of a pre-Raphaelite, and the mind of a primitive. And then we have Jimmy Mulville, whose sharp comedy skill and creative performing ability he really ought to make use of sometime in his show, Who Dares Wins. And finally, we have our regular John Sessions, who only today was described in these words: a genius with a talent unmatched by any contemporary. In fact, I'm absolutely marvellous. Well, those are the competitors, so let's get on to our first game, which is also a regular, and it's called Authors. And it's called that because each of the competitors has come on with in mind the style of a favourite famous author. So if you'd like to come forward now, you competitors, and in a moment I'm going to get the title for a story to be told, a title from somebody in the studio audience, and then Archie will start off telling that story in the style of his author, and then when I buzz my buzzer, like that, we'll move on to Rory, and he'll continue the same story, picking up from the moment that Archie left it, but in the style of his author. So first of all, let's just discover which authors you're going to go for. Archie, who's your author this week?
Well, I like very much to do Truman Capote.
Truman Capote. But you'll do it in his voice, will you?
Yeah.
Rory?
I'm going to do Clive James.
Clive James, why not? And Jimmy?
Who was it?
Have you read anybody ever?
No, I was going to read that. Oh, yes. Dylan Thomas, I think.
Dylan Thomas, yes. And John?
James Joyce.
James Joyce. Well, we've all read the first 2 pages of him. So, can we have a suggestion for the title of a story from some?
A Day at the Seaside.
Sorry?
A Day at the Seaside.
A Day at the Seaside. An inspired choice there. Dull, but that'll do. Now, A Day at the Seaside, therefore, is the title suggested by the gentleman in the blue shirt at the front there. So we'd like to start, Archie, in the style of Truman Capote.
A Day at the Seaside was something I had looked forward to for a number of days. It started out on a tenuous note when I found the pubic hair in my toothbrush.
It was obvious to me that Frank Sinatra was completely smashed, thus necessitating another 2,000-mile journey to find another beach the other side of the American coastline.
That was a very good Truman Capote. No, sorry. There was a very nice coastline. It was black, Bible black, slow black, 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 quick, slow black.
Black, black, the black of the eyes going closer and closer and lower, and yes, the tongue inside me, yes. And no, I said, and again I said, and yes, the spades were getting brighter, yes, the buckets higher, the lighthouse getting up and bright as the altere day, there as the cross of the crucifix of the Rose of Mary up on the hill, and yes, I said, as he went inside me, and yes, I said, I'm at Blackpool.
I had often had a fascination with black men, but this was the first time I'd actually experienced one.
And by experiencing one, he meant something which I was only to find out by traveling another 5,000 miles to another location in another country.
Another country. I'm going Pakistani. Another country. Another country. He went past the shops down the lane, past the shops which sold the pink bread, the blue bread, the black bread. It was, in fact, dye the bread. Give us a break.
Die the bread and don't you know it? Haven't I told you? Every tailing is a telling and a beach is a beaching and a batch is a bitching of a botch. There I'm telling you, no, don't you tell me this or quote me that or bring me more a bucket of this and that and t'other. I'll put my sand in you, me Latiny scholar. Up and down I will upon the sand and there with the shells, the seashells, the seashells. I score shell and I. No, the bell stops there, stop I.
Thank you very much. Thank you. End there. That's the end of that game. Well, that's the end of the opening round. I have to award some points for this and other games, and I think I can give everybody 10. Apart from Archie, I'll have to deduct 5 from you for using pubic hair right at the beginning there. So we'll go on to the next game, which is called Film and Theatre Styles, for the simple reason that we give the people, the competitors acting in pairs, a number of different film and theatre styles. I don't know, I'm talking gibberish, aren't I? We give the people a number of film and theatre styles to improvise in, and I'll do that by getting some suggestions from the studio audience. First of all, we go with Archie and Jimmy working together, and I'll give you a situation in a moment. But can we have some theatre and film styles that... Sorry? Godfather. I'll take that. It's not really a style, that's just one film. Sorry, hang on. Horror, yes. Horror. Japanese, all right. Australian soap. Okay, well, we've got a batch there to choose from. So can you start off just improvising, Archie and Jimmy, and the scene we'd like you to improvise is sacking an employee. Okay, got that? You must have been through that, I thought, Jimmy, a few times. And I'll buzz you when we want to introduce a different style.
You want to do sacking?
And we've got, up to 9 hours to get on with it.
All right, listen, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to let you go. It's as simple as that. I don't know any other way out of this predicament.
Look, just give me another break, because
I have given you break.
I was late. Okay, I was late yesterday.
Okay, Godfather, and the style of the Godfather.
You understand what I'm saying? No. Let me see if I can put it to you more clearly. Where's the door?
Well, listen, Godfather. I've worked for you for how many years, for you and the family?
22 years. I raised you from a little baby.
A what?
Little baby.
A little baby?
Little baby.
Why are you talking Chinese?
Let's have Aussie soap, Australian soap.
Right, mate.
Yep.
You're fine. Simple.
Hey, you've been on one of those bloody management courses, haven't you?
That's right. Right, let's throw in on the Barbie and we'll talk about it.
You're going Chinese again.
All right, end on horror. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I thought that was very good. I'll give 20 points each there. And so we now go on to